Hello everyone and welcome to Arkham. And there he is, our IWGP Intercontinental Champion, Suicide. And we wait for the arrival of Jay Lethal to take on there he is, Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal was a great star in TNA and Ring of Honor. He said he wanted to make an impact in a wrestling division that would solidify his legacy. So he came here to Arkham to battle against the very best that Arkham has to offer. And so here he is facing the IWGP Intercontinental Champion in Suicide. You can buy all our Arkham merchandise at arkham.com/JLethal. But here we go. We're not going to waste any more time. It's going to be Suicide. It's going to be Jay Lethal. Who's going to win this match? And here we go. Suicide, Jay Lethal lock up. Suicide going behind Jay Lethal. Pick him up in a slam. Suicide retaining his title last night against Kevin Owens and Jon Moxley. I'm sorry, not retaining, becoming a 3-time IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Now, a lot of people can say Suicide is our mid-card division. Suicide, in a lot of ways, people can say that Suicide has made our mid-card division. He's done so many great things. He's had so many great matches, whether he loses, whether if he wins. But in the end, he makes the matches. Here we go. Suicide pressing Jay Lethal against the ropes. Referee coming in here for a rope break. We get a clean break here. These two, I'm pretty sure they have some respect for each other. Irish whip off the ropes. Come back. Jay Lethal with a fireman's carry. Ooh. I wonder what Jay Lethal is going to have to... What did Jay Lethal expect out of facing the champion? I mean, what does Suicide expect of facing Jay Lethal? He's never faced Jay Lethal a day in his life. But he's going to find out just who Suicide is. Suicide isn't a run-of-the-mill type of guy. Suicide is that and all. And look at this. Oh my God. Suicide picking up Jay Lethal and playing him down with a reverse DDT. Very nice. Suicide, there's a reason why Suicide has stayed on the top for so long. Whether if he won, whether if he lost, he would always find a way to get back on top to where he stood. He said he wants to get rid of the Suicide of Arkham, whatever that means. Lifting Jay Lethal over top and overhead kick as referee stepped in the way of that camera angle. But very nicely done so far. So far, Suicide is taking the advantage and is giving Jay Lethal the hands. He's showing him why he's the champion. He has to prove to himself of knowing and letting everybody in backstage, if they want a shot at Suicide's title, you have to beat him. You have to beat a man, you have to beat the man. And we have not got a number one contender for that title yet. Suicide turns Jay Lethal around. Jay Lethal with a club to the back of the head. Of course, we got that big main event. Seth Rollins will take on AJ Styles in a rematch clause match for the World Championship. As Jay Lethal catching Suicide, a nice, very nice variation of a spine buster, going in for the pin. 1, 2, maybe trying to take the, maybe trying to take the champion out of his game early on. Try to stomp. Suicide rolls out the way. Has the headlock. Ooh. A variation of a snap suplex. 1, 2. And the way Suicide does moves, he likes to modify different variations of different moves. A modified suplex, modified neck breaker. All these moves are what helps Suicide get and gain to getting the win. Could be going for the Suicide drop kick. Looks like that's where he was going for. Jay Lethal counters there with an arm drag. Very nicely done. Suicide with a kick to the gut. Trying to wear him down. Jay Lethal has defeated a lot of great wrestlers. The Adam Cole, AJ Styles, Jay Briscoe. A lot of names come to mind. Even the great Jushin Thunder Liger has fell by the hands of Jay Lethal. So, and that right there, that tells you in beautiful, what was that, like I think it was like a hip toss followed up with a neck breaker. But with all those names that Jay Lethal has put under his wing, gives you, that gives Jay Lethal the right to become a world champion, let alone IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Going to the outside now. Suicide drop kicking Jay Lethal backwards. Oh, a slap by Suicide. Over these two men trying to give their all. Oh my gosh, a zigzag-like maneuver on the outside. Now, that is not thin padding. That's some pretty hard material right there on that floor. And it can hurt and injure any individual any given time. Suicide looking to end it. Picking up Jay Lethal. Arse flipping him into the other corner. Jay Lethal counters once again. It seems like whenever Suicide tries to get ahead, Jay Lethal tries to get up and tries to get one step ahead of him. So far, we haven't seen that much of Jay Lethal's offense. We've seen more Suicide's offense. Seems like he's almost like he's struggling to try to get ahead. And oh, that frustration taken out on Jay Lethal with that big stomp on the chest. Suicide just clubbing Jay Lethal now. Picks him up. Turns Jay Lethal around. Chicken wing. Oh my God. Suicide lifting up Jay Lethal with those knees, connecting to the sternum of Jay Lethal. And that could be it. That could take out Jay. And no. You should have known right now that Jay Lethal is not going to lose to AJ Styles. He sure enough wouldn't lose to Suicide, but he might. The champion is looking worse for wear now. Wait, what the heck is this? Jay Lethal pump hand. Oh my God, a pump handle backbreaker. Beautifully made. Now Jay Lethal setting Suicide against the ropes here. Suicide counters. Looks like, I think Jay Lethal was gonna probably go for the Suicide dive. That's Jay Lethal is one of his main signatures right there, when he throws him to the ropes and dives through with the Suicide dive. It's one of the main factors of Jay Lethal that really solidifies who he is. And it just those little touches that Jay Lethal has that, gets him the win, gets him the upper hand in any given match. And oh, STO by Suicide. Beautiful. Trying to snap the leg of Jay Lethal. Anything and everything that Suicide does, he does it to try to get ahead in the matchup. And now, Suicide, oh wait, Jay Lethal going for a powerbomb. Suicide counters Hurricanrana, going for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and no. The champ almost won there. Is a wait. Jay Lethal with a float over neck breaker, beautifully taking out the champion. That could be it right there. 1, 2, 3, and no. Suicide kicks out. We have yet to see a DOA or a suicide solution, or we've yet to see the lethal injection. Will we? Is now Jay Lethal got that nice submission on Suicide, trying to make the champion tap out, but Suicide just rolls him over. But wait, Lethal going for a power bomb again. Suicide counters, almost kind of like a Falconero. Could be looking for a DOA. If he hits this, he's hit every single person he's hit with this move. They've lost, and there it goes. Suicide going DOA. Close to the ropes there. 1, 2, 3, and no, Jay Lethal kicked out. Oh wait, Jay Lethal with another flatliner, taking out Suicide, going up to the top rope immediately, not wasting any time. Lethal diving, elbow drop. Going for the pin on Suicide. 1, 2, and a kick out. Both individuals confused that both of those two were able to kick out. It's now Lethal with that nice neck breaker. You see the frustration on Lethal's face. He's not fully sure on what he needs to do to win this matchup, and I don't blame the guy. What do you have to do in a match like this to put out your, individual? Oh wait, Lethal. Wait, what is this? Lethal injection to Suicide. Lethal injection. Lethal injection. Takes out the champion. Go for the pin. The champion's out. 1, 2, 3, and no. Suicide kicks out. And how? How on God's green earth was he able to kick out of that? That handspring cutter. It's an amazing maneuver. That's what it is. You see Suicide. Look at Suicide sadistically watching his opponent. And I guess this is why Suicide is our champion. Him being able to find that endurance to stay in a match like that. And here we're seeing it again. Chicken wing gutbuster. Not wasting any time. Trying to go for the DOA for a second time. And there it is. DOA on Jay Lethal, jumping over, and oh my God. Back of his neck. 1, 2. Wait, Jay Lethal counters. 1, 2. Oh. 1, 2, 3. And there it goes. I'm not gonna lie. This was a close one. This was a very close one between these two wrestlers. It seemed like they were just giving everything they had right here. You can see Suicide, all it took was 1 DOA to put out Jay Lethal, and the Intercontinental Champion is still our Intercontinental Champion.